We got two of our biggest wins of the season so far in the last episode, and we're looking to kick on today if possible. We've managed to rocket ourselves up to 13th in the table with a run of back-to-back victories. There's still only 4 points down to 20th, such is the tight nature of the league. However, we do have a game in hand on a couple of teams above us. In fact, even 2 games in hand on Hartlepool, who are 2 points above us. We are, however, 10 points off the playoffs, so I'm not necessarily thinking about promotion or even a chance of promotion at this current stage. Probably have a much clearer picture by the end of today's episode as to what our potential league finish might be and whether the season finale has something to play for or not. We're going to try and get payback on Carlisle for our defeat in the FA Cup in a played game. We'll then try and beat Bradford, as we couldn't quite do that last time we played them. And I'd very much like to have a chance to turn Leyton Orient over after they beat us 5-2 last time we played them. We'll be simming Donny and Walsall today. And then we're not that far away from the end of the season. After that, just a couple of episodes. So if things continue to go well, we might stand a chance of getting in the playoffs. We've, of course, got Ben Jack recently, who's been stellar at centre-back since coming in. But the second month from our chief scout had pretty much nothing in it. Right, Carlisle away to start. We beat them in the league, then they beat us in the cup. So let's beat them in the league again. As ever, please do drop the video a like. Your support on the save has been fantastic so far, and if you keep that up, then hopefully the channel will continue to grow, and we can start to actually get an uptick rather than kind of stagnating as we have been for the past couple of years. Hopefully, and I have had some positive feedback, you guys are enjoying the shorter episodes with the snappier editing. It's been going down well so far, so more of the same to come. Carlisle still with Thomas Holy in goal. Amari Patrick up top for them on this occasion, who is rapid and deadly. So he's going to be one of the main men to keep quiet today. And of course, Moxon, last time we played Carlisle in that FA Cup game, he scored a goal that was fired towards goal at over the national speed limit. So he's got a bit of a traction engine of a right foot. So we need to keep him as far away from the goal as possible when he's in possession. Within 30 yards, he's going to be a danger. That's a lovely ball through to Dennis. And Carlisle, unfortunately for them, mess up their first opportunity. His armour. That's a nice ball inside. And Dennis will wind up for goal. And Richardson will leap away to save it. Francis with a lovely take. There is a youngster, as you saw in the intro, that is a right back that is higher rated than Francis. And there's been some contention in the comment section about those players that started at the club compared to those that have come through the youth setup. It was my, and I never actually officially said this, it was my kind of storyline that the players that we had at the club, aging as they were ones that I considered to have already come through the youth setup here at AFC Chesnoid. They are generated players of some description, and that's why I haven't been rushing all of the players from our youth academy into the starting lineup. I'm considering players like Austin and Francis at right back, players that have come through the youth academy here, and as such, that's why they're still playing, whilst there are a couple of lower rated players but younger players available in any given position. So for the time being, that's why players that are playing. But absolutely, that young right back can come in for Francis in the not too distant future. And even though I mentioned in the intro about him potentially going out on loan, I think it would be the right thing to do to give him the start ahead of Francis, moving forward from maybe even before the end of the season. We'll wait and see. Moxon, Patrick, you see the ball, they're going to try and play. Holy moly, how have they not scored? That's the closest either side have come so far. A brilliant effort from range from Carlisle that cannons back down off the bar. There was not a chance the keeper was getting anywhere near that. No keeper would have gotten anywhere near that. To draw a blank in this one would be frustrating, but there is still time to find a winner. Goalkeeper saves. The winner hasn't come yet. Jack will win that header. We'll get Kennedy around the corner. He's just drifted in behind those defensive players, and Kennedy's in here, and if I could just find the ball into the middle to Glover, it could fall free to anyone. Scrambled away. Francis to Evans, still alive here. Morris looking for Glover, found, and 1-0 AFC Chesnoid in the 88th minute. Payback for the FA Cup. The first team we've done the double on this season are Carlisle United. Provided, of course, we don't concede anything more from here. Hopefully we won't. That might well be us into the top half of the table. Lovely ball by Morris into that gap. Glover with a great first touch. And, well, we trust him in front of goal most of the time. We need to get this forward, and Allen has won it back. And that, will not be a win yet. I'm not panicking, but I'm also definitely concerned. And he's going for goal. Surely that is the worst decision he could possibly have there. He's got to put that in the mixer. 1-0 to AFC Chesnoid away from home. Fantastic result. We had to show a bit of resolve earlier in the game. Early save by Richardson. Vaughan had an effort that was decently dealt with by the backline, but Glover pops up as the match winner for us once again. And we should be top half now. And Leyton Orient also won, unfortunately, so the gap to the playoffs still 10 points. Next up was Doncaster away. A side that came down from League One last year. I think we drew with them last time we played them. But the form we're in, we absolutely don't fear anyone. And round the corner, Morris, there's men in the middle. Glover! Big Jensen does it again. We lead away from home. Yes! Up the Phoenixes. And it's 2. Stanley Evans. All right. I'm starting to get a little bit excited now. 2 minutes to go. We have ourselves still the 2-0 lead, so we're definitely going to get the victory here. We're just waiting to see if we get the clean sheet as well, and indeed we do. Solid, solid, solid victory, and an even better run of form. Leyton Orient keep winning though as well, so whilst we are getting excited about the prospect of the playoffs, we're into the top half. The gap is still 10 points, and we have a game in hand, but intriguingly Mansfield have dropped to 10 points from us as well. The goal difference is getting better, but it's nowhere near those above us. We could we? Surely not. Second in the league and automatic promotion. Chasing as we saw Bradford City. Romany Cricklow at the back is going to be strong for them as ever. Richie Smallwood in the midfield was particularly impressive. Former Hull player, of course, now captain here for Bradford. And the ever-fresh Matt Derbyshire up top. Narrow 4-1-2-1-2 for them. So perhaps getting the ball out wide is going to be the way to get around that midfield. Just finds Allen. Little back heel. That was nicely done. Looking for Glover through that gap then. Glover in the box. And to tuck it back, Morris. Flashed over the top of the bar. Chapman through, ball for Oliver. They're in here. And Shawley scoring the goal. No, cleared away by the defender off the line. Jack's clearance is terrible though. And still the danger persists. And still we can't get rid of it. That's looping wide of the target. Pressure from Bradford. And only a couple of yards away from taking an early 1-0 lead. I mean, Evans can get into that gap. And Stanley Evans, who's been scoring quite a bit recently, is in again and might score again. Wide of the target, unfortunately. Good chance that. Morris will use Evans first, then Glover. I'm still going to have to try and look for Vaughan. And still probably going to try and look for Vaughan. Can't believe it. I can't believe he's fluffed that pass up. Still, we look for Vaughan. And he very nearly skewed it in the bottom corner. It's a good save by Lewis. I thought I put enough power on that to actually try and rise it into the corner, top corner, but by going down low, you see the keeper reacted late. It nearly ended up in the back of the net because of it. Gillied. And Hendry. Austin's just outmuscled him. Rate that. Don't rate that, though. I thought I put a lot more power on it than that. Oliver, nice flick. Chapman. No! Good save, Richardson. Was he offside as well? No, it's just me getting booked for a foul earlier on. Thompson. Back to Allen. Pass was sensational. Glover. Morris. Go on, Vaughan. Okay, not Vaughan. Or maybe still. Glover. Please, Vaughan! Yes! That's brilliantly worked! AFC Chesnoid 1. Bradford City, second in the league. Neil, we're celebrating by looking through someone's legs with the camera. Let's go. The winning run continues. Unbelievable stuff. Just backed away from his marker and found the top corner. Good finish. I mean, he's face planted the floor afterwards, but we'll take that. We lead by 1-0 here. We are becoming a serious League Two side. Pereira Nicely to Nevers. Poked away from him. No! Oh, no! Get out! Bradford very nearly fire back immediately. Carlisle hit the bar. We survived that. Bradford have hit the bar. Can we survive this time around? Oh, what a through ball. They're in. Richardson with a big save with his feet. That's huge. Okay, Bradford have had 2 good chances now to get themselves an equaliser. Deary me, Mr. Glover. That is woeful. Connick just gets to that. Decent balance to hold on to it. Thompson looking for Morris. Connick could be through the gap. Morris around the corner. I mean, if I can find the cross here. Oh, we could have been in. I probably shouldn't have hit it first time, but worth a go with Hogg. 3 minutes added on, so if we lose possession now, there is still time for Bradford, so we've just got to be careful with it. Castro could find Hogg in a good position here. Teammates around, but we're not gonna rush it. We're gonna get 3 points here against Bradford. The winning run continues still. Oh, nearly there at the back post, Morris. Another result for us. This is one hell of a run of form that I didn't expect. I hoped we might be able to put together a run of maybe 2 or 3 victories to push on up the table as Mansfield win again, which keeps them 10 points away from us. I'm not sure what Leyton Orient have done on this particular match day, but our streak continues. Up next was another simmer before Leyton Orient at the end of the month. We're 11th. We're still 10 points behind Orient. So whilst we keep winning, so do those in the playoffs. Mansfield and Leyton Orient also on a similar win streak to ourselves. There's only another 2 points from there. They're up to Gillingham in 4th. But we're still a long way. We've got 10 games to go, basically. So it's still going to be a massive test to try and get to the playoffs. But we are consolidating in the top half now. Look, we're 6 points clear of Stockport in 13th on 45 points. And with that game in hand, could yet go further clear of them. This one against Walsall also isn't the game in hand. As you can see there, they've got 37 games played. So what that game in hand actually is, I'm not sure. It must be one of the ones we play over Easter. We can't surely get to the end of the season and then have a game in hand played against Swindon. I've no idea at this moment in time. All I know is we've won 5 games in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've won 5 games in a row and kept 4 clean sheets in a row. And I don't suppose there's any coincidence that that's happened once Jack has established himself in the starting lineup. Schofield is now up to 66 rated, so he's continuing to grow even at 32 years of age. Austin now 59 as well, and will be moving up next season. Francis will drop to the bench. Austin will go to right back because he's right-footed, and Firth will come up next season and take that starting left back role, unless, of course, we find someone better in the meantime. If not, he'll go out on loan in that case. Or if we do, he'll go out on loan in that case. Now, Walsall was going to be the simmer. So let's sim it and let's win it. Can we make it another straight victory? That's a lovely turn by Glover. And he's got support surely from here. Stanley Evans again. We lead against Walsall away from home. Please, Leyton Orient or Mansfield or Gillingham or anybody in the playoffs have a terrible run of form and let us somehow sneak into that top 7. We are announcing ourselves on the League 2 stage. But of course, they're in here. And there goes that clean sheet run. Stevens with the goal. Walsall a level. The win streak is over. The unbeaten streak continues. But as Mansfield win, and you presume Leyton Orient do the same, we are falling further behind the playoffs. Leyton Orient, in fact, didn't do the same. They haven't played, which is intriguing. So the gap is now 9 points to Leyton Orient, and we play them next. They have played on the Sunday. They've drawn as well. So still the gap is 10 points with 8 games to go for them and 9 games to go for me. They beat us 5-2 last time we played them. Let's not do that again. If we lose this game, then I'd say forget about the playoffs. If we win this game, then you start to get the butterflies in the bottom of your stomach and think, maybe we could pull this off. 4-2-3-1 for them. Very good side with high 60s rated players. Just don't lose 5-2 again and I'll be happy. But I'd love a win. To close in on them above us in the league table would be fantastic. Well in, Austin. Evans is there. Kennedy's out wide. All driven to him nicely. Vaughan is in support. See the right back first. Francis, look at Vaughan. Not only is Vaughan in support, he's in. And I think he's onside. You're shit! Oh, men out of position at the back. This is really dangerous. Kelman into Archibald in the box. He's got plenty forward in support. And anywhere will do for Schofield. No risks. Just get rid of it. Here's James. Just evades me. Archibald into the middle. And Moncur's going for goal. Richardson wants another clean sheet for his name. And they may be getting behind. That's worked out brilliantly. And here's Evans. And there's Glover. And he's in. This could be a giant goal. In the history of AFC Chesnoid, we lead by 1-0 against Leyton Orient. We've done it again. Ridden the challenges. Ridden the waves of opposition pressure. And found a goal to go in front at the other end. Richardson's good saves and continual growth this season. The backbone of our development and our progression up the table. We could catch them on the back foot. Although, if they're significantly on the front foot, they are going to be even more difficult to deal with going forward. But still, Richardson holds on. Good interception. Builds that pressure for another time. Oh, the back heel's brilliant. The save, even better. Richardson, unreal. We've had to rely on him so many times in just this game alone. Anyway, we'll do. Get out. Jesus Christ, this is untold pressure. Drinan saved again by Richardson down low. 60 seconds to hold on here now at Patreon Park. Sotri are on for Archibald for them as they throw another forward player on. The keeper is up. Vizru is in the box here. Jack half clears. Now here's Vizru on the edge of the box. I thought for a minute the goalkeeper was going to go for a worldie from 25 yards. Drinan. Oh no! Zamora breaks the deadlock at the back for us. It just kept coming forward. I don't think the goalkeeper got the assist, but he was absolutely involved in the move. Oh, heartbreak. That would have really given us the push for the playoffs we were after. But thumped first time, side foot right into the corner. Richardson has done everything right today, but he's not going to get a clean sheet, and we're not going to get a win. It's back-to-back draws to end the episode. That is gutting, really gutting for it to happen against Leyton Orient as well. We only had 2 shots. They had 10, the majority of which came in those last 10 minutes or so. Mansfield drew as well, so it's another team above us that we could have closed on if we'd have held on to the win. We stay in 11th, and we still have a game in hand, but we're still 10 points from 7th place. Continually, that's remained the case throughout the entirety of the course of this episode as well. 8 games left to go for us in the league this season. The first game of the next episode will be against Harrogate Town. Okay, well, that will draw us to a close for today. Tomorrow, we will go again to try and push for the playoffs. We shall wait and see how things go between now and the end of the season. That's all for today, though. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.